Hey everyone, welcome back. You ready to dive deep into recruitment? We got some fascinating stuff here,
Yeah.
all about finding and hiring the best people. They even threw in a little
Oh,
like and subscribe at the end there.
gotta love that.
Yeah, gotta admire that hustle.
Absolutely.
But okay, let's get down to business. We're gonna unpack this whole recruitment process today,
The whole thing.
from defining the role you're looking for, all the way to onboarding your perfect candidate.
We always hear about this war for talent,
Yeah,
but we don't always talk about the actual strategy.
right, the battle plan.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
So this deep dive is gonna be all about revealing that plan.
Let's do it.
All right, so
Mm-hmm.
our source here breaks it down into 5 key steps.
Okay. 5 steps.
And the first one is job analysis and planning.
Okay, so that's figuring out
Yeah, basically just figuring out who you need.
what skills you actually need.
Yeah, what experience level, what specific skills, making sure you're not looking for a pastry chef when what you really need is
A software engineer?
a software engineer.
You got to get that foundation right.
Right.
It's like building a house.
Yeah.
You wouldn't start with the roof.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not. All right, so once you know who you're looking for,
Then we're
then you got to go find them, right?
find them, yeah?
So that brings us to step 2,
Okay.
sourcing candidates.
Sourcing.
Sourcing. So this is where the search begins.
Okay.
And the source talks about 2 main ways to do this.
Okay.
Internal and external.
Internal.
Yeah, internal is all about looking at your existing network.
Gotcha. So employee referrals.
Yeah, exactly. Employee referrals,
Yeah.
internal job postings, things like that.
Okay. And then external is
External is casting a wider net.
gotcha.
So you're thinking job boards, social media,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even recruitment agencies.
Makes sense.
And it's so interesting how that choice,
yeah.
like whether you go internal or external,
Right.
it can really shape the candidates that you end up attracting.
Totally. Because internal, they already kind of know the company culture.
Yeah.
External, they're coming in fresh.
Yeah, brand new perspectives, maybe some skills you hadn't even thought about.
I like it.
Okay, so now let's say you've got all these applications rolling in.
Oh, yeah. Here they come.
What's next?
What do we do?
Step 3, screening and shortlisting.
Okay. So narrowing it down.
Exactly. This is where companies are going through resumes,
Oh, those resumes.
and they're often using some pretty cool technology these days.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of this.
AI-powered tools.
Wow.
It's like having this digital assistant
Uh-huh.
that helps you super quickly just spot the keywords.
Even qualification.
Yeah, the qualifications that you need.
Very cool.
But then you get to the make it or break it moment.
What's that?
Interviews.
Ooh, the interview.
Step 4, interviewing and evaluation.
Okay. Speaking of tech, though,
Yeah.
AI can help a lot with screening.
Yeah.
But we can't forget about the human side of things.
Absolutely.
For example, with that AI resume screening,
Yeah.
there's this risk of data bias.
Data bias. Yeah, I've heard of that.
So it's the data that the AI is trained on might be skewed,
Right.
and then it could unfairly favor certain groups of people.
Right. Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah,
So we definitely need that human oversight
absolutely.
to make sure things are fair and accurate.
Yeah, it's like relying on spell check.
Uh,
Sometimes it just misses those little errors
right.
that only a human can catch.
You need that human eye.
Absolutely.
Okay. So our source mentions this trend toward structured interviews,
Structured interviews.
where everybody gets asked the same set of predetermined questions.
Oh, so it's all standardized.
Exactly.
Well, I guess that sounds fair.
Yeah, it sounds fair in theory, but could it also make the whole process feel,
Like a little robotic.
yeah, a little robotic?
Yes, I can see that.
Just lacking that human touch.
So they're designed to minimize bias
Yeah.
by focusing on skills and experience,
Right.
but you do want to still have that personal touch.
Yeah, that natural conversation.
Absolutely.
All right, so
Okay.
finally, we reached the finish line.
We made it.
We made it. Step 5,
What is it?
selection and onboarding.
You found the person.
You found your new team member.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. So now it's time to really welcome them,
Yeah.
integrate them into the company.
Onboarding is so much more than just paperwork.
Totally.
It's making them feel welcome,
Yeah,
part of the team,
part of the culture.
and setting them up for success.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And a positive onboarding experience.
Huge.
Makes a huge difference.
Yeah, for employee retention and all that.
For sure.
Really important.
Okay, so we covered those 5 steps, but our deep dive doesn't stop there.
Oh, there's more.
The source also highlights some key strategies
Key strategies. Okay.
for successful recruitment. And I think this is where it gets really interesting.
I'm ready.
Okay, let's start with Employer branding.
Oh, employer branding. A company's brand is everything these days.
It's huge.
It's really showcasing your culture and your values.
Yeah?
So you attract that top talent.
Attract the best.
Like, I know Company X.
Okay.
They totally redesigned their careers page,
Right.
showcased all their employee stories,
Fine.
highlighted their work-life balance commitment,
Yeah.
and guess what? They saw a 25% increase in qualified applicants.
Wow.
That's the power of employer branding.
That's amazing.
Right.
Okay, that's awesome.
Ah.
Another key strategy. Diverse hiring.
This is so important.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And building a diverse and inclusive workforce,
Yeah.
it's not just the right thing to do.
Right.
It's also incredibly beneficial for businesses.
Totally.
You have more perspectives.
More ideas.
More ideas coming to the table.
Absolutely. And speaking of bringing things to the table, another major strategy is technology use.
Oh, yeah, technology.
Applicant tracking systems, AI-powered tools.
All that good stuff.
It streamlines everything.
Yeah.
Helps recruiters make data-driven decisions.
Right. But like we talked about before,
Yeah.
tech can't completely replace that human touch.
You
Candidate experience is so important.
super important.
Think about a time you applied for a job and you never heard back.
The worst.
It's the worst feeling, right?
Awful.
So companies have to remember that clear communication, timely feedback,
Empathy
empathy goes such a long way.
makes a huge difference.
Makes a huge difference.
Oh.
Okay, so let's talk about some trends to watch.
Trends? Okay, I like trends.
Right. Things are always changing.
Right.
So one that's really interesting is this move towards skills-based hiring.
Skills-based hire?
So it's all about looking beyond the traditional qualifications
Yeah.
and recognizing the value of different skill sets,
Yeah.
regardless of how somebody acquired those skills.
Oh, I like that.
Right.
So it's not just about...
It's not just about, did you go to this school or do you have this degree?
Exactly.
It's about what can you actually do?
You do the thing.
Can you do the thing?
Yeah.
So finally a chance for those who maybe took the scenic route.
I love that.
Yeah.
The scenic route.
No more getting overlooked.
Yeah.
Just because you didn't go the traditional path.
Exactly.
It's about recognizing that someone who learned to code online or through independent projects might be just as skilled,
if not more so.
if not more so, than someone with a traditional computer science degree.
I love this trend.
It's a really promising trend.
It is, but,
It does come with challenges.
right, you have to think about how you assess those skills,
Well, yeah.
especially the ones that are gained outside of, like, formal education.
Yeah, how do you measure that?
How do you know?
How do you know? All right, let's not shy away from the tough stuff.
Let's do it. Hit me.
What about some common recruitment challenges?
Okay, what are we talking?
So the source mentions attracting quality candidates.
Especially in a competitive market.
Yeah, especially in a competitive market.
Yeah.
Reducing that time to hire
Mm-hmm.
without sacrificing quality.
Right.
And, of course, managing unconscious bias.
Oh, that's a big one.
That's a big one
Throughout the whole process.
throughout the entire process.
Yeah, those are some tough ones.
They're so attracting quality candidates.
I mean, a lot of times that's about building talent pipelines.
Talent pipelines.
Yeah, so you're proactively identifying and like nurturing relationships with potential candidates.
Oh, so you're doing this before
before the position even opens up.
you even need them.
It's like you've got this bench of all-star players
Oh, I like that.
ready to go.
Ready to go when you need them.
Yeah,
So you're not scrambling.
exactly.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Now, how do companies balance speed and quality?
Because it seems like you have to pick one.
Yeah.
It's a balancing act for sure.
Yeah.
I think streamlining the application process helps,
Uh-huh.
but at the end of the day, it comes down to commitment,
Commitment to
finding the best fit,
the best fit.
not just filling the seat as fast as possible.
I like that. Well said. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here,
We have.
from the individual steps.
They had the big picture.
Yeah, to the big picture strategies and trends.
So much.
But before we wrap up, I have one final thought for you to ponder.
Okay, hit me.
With all these trends and challenges,
Uh-huh.
what do you think the future of recruitment looks like?
Oh, the future.
Yeah, is AI going to take over completely?
Hmm.
Or will that human touch always be essential?
That is the million-dollar question.
It is
I think the future is going to be a mix.
a mix.
Yeah, like a dynamic interplay
Okay.
between technology and human expertise.
I can see that.
As AI evolves, it's going to play a bigger role
Yeah.
in screening, matching, maybe even interviewing.
Wow.
But the human element, that ability to understand the nuances, to build rapport, to assess cultural fit, that's always going to be valuable.
I think you're right. At the end of the day, companies are made up of people.
People.
And finding the right people.
Yeah.
It's all about making those human connections.
You got it.
So if you ever find yourself on the hiring side, remember these insights.
This was great.
It takes time and effort.
Effort.
And a little bit of strategic thinking.
Strategic.
But you can find that perfect candidate.
Yeah, you can do it.
All right. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.